It's like we need a different kind of talent and people to accomplish what we're trying to do in building out these solutions. It feels like some of our processes are kind of stuck in the past. They need to unlearn the ways of programming to learn the new ways. Welcome to Flatworld AI podcast series. Today we have with us Flatworld's President and COO, David Antony, here to discuss an important topic about talent that shapes the future. Where is this ideal AI workforce, David?
Thank you, Vish. Great question. But before that, let me introduce Vish. Vish is the Vice President at Flatworld AI, and he's responsible for the automation solutions as well as the products that we are building for our customers. And Vish, I love the way you put that in terms of the talent that shapes tomorrow, because it feels like some of our processes are kind of stuck in the past. And, it's like we need a different kind of talent and people to accomplish what we're trying to do in building out these solutions.
Absolutely. I think it is high time that we look at what's important to get the job done and look at the skill gap that we usually have when people graduate from colleges. Now, I'm not saying that, people should not focus on the graduation courses and spend those 4 years. They definitely should do it because of all the foundational concepts that they learn.
I'm glad you said that. I don't have to throw away all my certificates.
But what's also important is how you can make use of those foundation level concepts and turn it into something that is useful to the business, the industry, and the civilization, right? And in today's world where AI is changing the technology landscape almost every month, even sometimes every week, it's important that you're not stuck in a curriculum that was defined 4 years ago. You need to keep yourself abreast with what's happening in the latest technology and the industry that you are interested in, which makes you more employable, right? So I think it's important to focus on that skill gap and reduce and cover that gap, for organizations.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. But the question is, how do you bridge that gap? Because I get what you're saying. Yes, a lot of the students who graduate, they're not ready for the workforce. And in that context, I hear this phrase being thrown around like bootcamp graduates. And the question I have, what exactly is it? What is bootcamp graduates? And how does that help bridge this gap, if it does, to make the graduates more employable in our context?
Yeah, so bootcamp is a way to quickly bridge that gap. Now, this gap is something that's been realized not only by organizations, AI organizations, but also by various universities and colleges. So these boot camps are run within universities and colleges as well as at companies and organizations to make fresh graduates workforce ready. One advantage that we have with fresh graduates is that there is no overhead of unlearning, right? Which you will mostly find with people who have experience. I mean, let's look at the latest AI trend in development, right? Where people talk about vibe coding, that they actually use LLMs, various forms of LLMs to generate software quicker. We find that people who are fresh graduates adapt to it sooner, and people who have done coding in the past and now have moved on to maybe architecture or product owner roles adapt to it. But the biggest challenge is for people who have like 5 to 8 years of experience to make that transition from normal coding to vibe coding. So they have this overhead of that they need to unlearn the ways of programming to learn the new ways. But with the fresh graduates, there's no overhead of that unlearning. So bootcamp helps, and we've seen that for a fact within our organization itself. We've recruited young talent for the past 4 or 5 years, and we've run intensive training sessions for them. And these training sessions are not like just like classroom sessions or just some practicals that you see in colleges. They are actually given real world projects, real world products to work on, and they're mentored by people who have actually created such software and created such solutions before. So this helps them understand what is really required of them in the industry. And the moment they are done with their training, their projects, and they jump into the actual workforce, they're ready from day one to actually contribute to the real product development in this AI age, right? Otherwise, what would have taken for a fresh graduate to be really productive would have been like anywhere between 1 year to 2 years. Now we are reducing it to 3 to 6 months. And that too, the 3 to 6 months is for training, not for learning on the job, because from day one, they are productive. Now, this saves you money and time on two fronts. One, you've got a workforce that is readily producing products, but then it also saves time of people who are the support system for these young people. The mentors, the team leaders, the managers who actually have to spend enough time to bring them up to speed, they will have to spend a lot less time. So you're saving time and effort and money there as well. So boot camps have been really great.
It seems to have worked because I look around and I see a lot of young graduates just around here.
Yeah.
And it seems to have worked for us, and that's excellent.